Hey guys, I'm back. I brought one of my all-time favorite books. I found it by a whim. So it's called A Mother for Choco, and it's about this little bird, and he doesn't have a mom, and so he's looking everywhere for a mom, and he's scared because he doesn't know who his mom is. So let's take a look. Choco was a little bird who lived all alone. He wished he had a mother, but who could his mother be? One day, he set off to find her. First, Choco met Mrs. Giraffe. "Oh, Mrs. Giraffe," he cried, "you're yellow just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," sighed Mrs. Giraffe, "but I don't have wings like you." Next, Choco met Mrs. Penguin. "Oh, Mrs. Penguin," he cried, "you have wings just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," sighed Mrs. Penguin, "but I don't have big round cheeks like you." Then Choco met Mrs. Walrus. "Oh, Mrs. Walrus," he cried, "you have big round cheeks just like me. Are you my mother?" "Now look," grumped Mrs. Walrus, "I don't have striped feet like you, so just leave me alone." No matter where Choco looked, he couldn't find a mother that looked just like him. When Choco saw Mrs. Bear picking apples, he knew she couldn't be his mother. Mrs. Bear didn't look like him at all. Choco was so sad, he started to cry. "Mommy, Mommy, I want my mommy." Mrs. Bear came running to see what was the matter. As she listened to Choco's stories, she sighed. "Oh dear, if you had a mommy, what would she do?" "Oh, I'm sure she would hold me," sobbed Choco. "Like this?" asked Mrs. Bear, and she held Choco very tight. "Yes, and I'm sure she would kiss me on the cheek," said Choco. "Like this?" asked Mrs. Bear, and she lifted him up and gave him a big kiss. "Yes, and I'm sure she would dance with me to cheer me up," said Choco. "Like this?" asked Mrs. Bear. And they danced and sang together. When they stopped to rest, Mrs. Bear turned to Choco and said, "Choco, maybe I could be your mother." "You?" Choco asked. "But you aren't yellow, and you don't have wings or big round cheeks or striped feet like me." "My goodness," said Mrs. Bear, "that would make me look pretty funny." Choco thought it was funny too. "See, she looks pretty funny, huh?" "Well," said Mrs. Bear, "my other children are waiting for me at home. Why don't you come join us for some apple pie, Choco?" Apple pie sounded wonderful to Choco, so off they went. When they arrived, Mrs. Bear's other children rushed out to greet her. See her other children? "Choco, meet Hippie, Allie, and Piggy. I'm their mother too." See Hippie, Allie, and Piggy. The sweet smell of apple pie and the sound of laughter soon filled Mrs. Bear's home. See, they're all playing together. After the delicious treat, Mrs. Bear gave all her children a big, warm bear hug, and Choco was very happy that his new mommy looked just the way she did. The end. So my question is, what does your mommy do to help you feel better when you're sad? Mark it in the comments, and I will see you guys later.